What's going on? Welcome back to the next lesson in Module 3 post-production. So what is this episode all about? Well, we set up Adobe Premiere Pro. We've added things to our timeline. We've learned how to do a timeline. We've added things to the timeline. We've made our cuts. We've added music, sound effects. We've got our graphics. Now it's time to mix the audio. Make sure the audio sounds good and sounds right. Okay, so let's jump over to the screen capture. Boom, there we go. All right, so I am going to bring these, I'm going to collapse these right here. And if you want a quick shortcut to do it, just hold Shift and just take your wheel of your mouse, and you can go to town. You can make it as big as you want, or as small as you want. So I'm going to shrink it down like that. All right. And we're going to do the same thing here. Okay, so here on I'm shooting on a Sony FS5, which it shoots, I have it set up to shoot 4 audio channels at one time. And I only had one microphone set up on it, the shotgun mic that I've shown before in the lessons. And that is on channel 2. Now, I have already unlinked the audio files. I'm going to relink them. And how you can unlink the audio files so you can delete all the audio if you wanted to, and just leave the video, and then vice versa. What we're going to do is we're going to right click on here and click unlink. Now there's also a shortcut you can do. I'm going to relink it, which is Command L or Control L if you're on Windows. And then, so I'm going to unlink it again, doing the exact same thing, Command L or Control L. All right, there is some audio on channel 2, but we've got all of our sound effects taking the role of that. So I'm just going to delete all of that audio right there. Now, if you wanted to keep the audio and you just wanted to disable them, what you can do is just highlight it, this enable selection right here. Just click that and this turns it off. There's also you guessed it, there's also a shortcut, which is Shift Command E or Shift Control E if you're on Windows, and you can just disable them. But for my purposes, I'm just going to delete it. Same thing for right here. Boom, gone. Now we've got all these empty layers. Why do we need all these empty layers? You can either drag these audio layers up, which you can do that by selecting, highlighting everything and then just press Option or Alt if you're on Windows and just do that. But I'm going to show you a different way to do it. Let's Control Z, let's put that back. Let's go up to Sequence in your drop-down menu up here, and we're going to go to Delete Tracks. So here what we're going to do is click the audio tracks, delete all empty tracks, press OK, and they're gone. And now everything is just synced up and it's snug right up against the audio or the video. All right. So let's get into the mixing part. Okay, so you can see how this part right here it hit the red right here. That's called clipping. Not great. In digital space, clipping is not good. If you're doing analog or something like that, clipping can add some nice distortion and saturation, but in the digital world, it's a no-go. There is no more audio can go, and then it just starts to distort. That doesn't sound good. You don't want to do that. So, what can we do? Well, first off, let's go over to the workspaces, and let's jump words. And let's jump down to audio, and boom, we're in a new window, in a new workspace. And you're probably wondering, why are you sending me over here? Well, in audio, you've got a ton of different things that you can do. You've got audio track mixer, so it brings up an actual mixer, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to press play, and we're just going to think with our critical thoughts, okay? So we're going to press play. Now, I like the audio to hit around -3 dB. What is that? This right here. This is your level right here. Again, if it hits red, no go. If you were thinking about it, if you were standing, I would say this was shot probably about 20 feet away from a house. Is a door going to sound that loud? I mean, really think about it. Is it going to sound that loud? Not really. So let's mix it down to where it sounds a little bit more realistic, okay? So how are we going to do that? Well, let's go up here. Now, as you can see, as each sound hits, it shows its levels, okay? On each layer here. So what you're gonna do is you've got two different ways where you can do it. You can just grab this and bring it down, and it lowers it. See, let's bring it all the way down and see what it sounds like. All right, let's put it in context. It's a little low. Now we are up close, so when you hear someone up close and you hear them, I personally think that this track right here sounds perfectly fine. It's kind of blending in with the music track. If you want to bring that up, you can. In fact, since this is already on the same track as the door open, let's move this down to its own track. And then same thing with this one here. That way it will just make it a whole lot easier for you when it comes to mixing, so you don't have to add keyframes to the mix and do some extra stuff. I'll show you how to do that though, but for right now, let's just get the sound effects dialed in. Yeah, it's right about there, 0. I like it. Now, think about the background. Think about, is the background a little bit too loud? And background meaning like those cicadas and nature sounds. You think that's a little bit too loud? I mean, granted, we just had the great cicada bloom, and it was deafening. But I think we should bring it down a bit. So let's find, where is it at? So it's on A6 or Audio 6. So I'm just going to bring that down to about -7. A bit further down to about -10. I like it. I like it a lot. Here's where the drums come in. My favorite part, I play drums, so I like drums. All right, so what about this right here? Those little bitty tiny little seedy things. I think it's going to sound, I think we should bring it down just a little bit more. About -5. Now, here's the fun thing. What we can do, we can solo each track here, and let's listen through and actually watch through and see how it sounds. I like it. All right, so let's add in the music part. What would it sound like if I brought this down just a tad? And also brought the drums down a little bit more. Like I said, you can see right here, it is tapping out about around -4. And then at the final bit, it hits at -3, which is right where we want to be at. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me show you how to do some dynamics with keyframes. I'm going to show you how to do some dynamics with keyframes. It's really cool. Let's think about the drums. I want to make the drums kind of like build even more in sound. So when that big punch hits, it's just there, you know? So let's do this right here. Let's go right here to this line that I'm moving up and down right here, and let's bring it down a little bit lower, a little bit too low. Bring it back up. But I want to start around right there. I want to start bringing up the audio of the drums. Okay, so let's use Command or Control, then find the line, click, and you have made a keyframe. And then from there, let's end it out right here, and that way you can create a build. Not too much. Now let's see how that sounds. Let's move it up a bit more. Let's be a little bit more dramatic and see how that sounds. Oh, starting to clip. Let's bring it down. I'm bringing it down a bit more because it was starting to clip again. And let's go. There we go. I like it. I like it. Do you like it? Okay, so let's see. Let me see here. Let's add some creativity and add some reverb, because you're pretty far away from that door, and it's gonna be popping off different hard surfaces. All right, so let's add some creative reverb. In fact, here we go, heavy reverb. Look at there. I've highlighted the door already, and how I went over here to the essential sounds is this clear audio type. All right, I have highlighted this, and then you can tag it with an audio type. And since this is a sound effect, I'm going to click SFX for sound effect, and then I'm going to click reverb, and let's listen in. Let's listen in, and let's see how it sounds cohesively. We can also add music. My favorite part. All right, cool. All right, awesome. In this lesson, you have learned how to audio mix sound effects and music together cohesively in levels, the audio levels. So we're going to end it off with this on this lesson right now, but I will see you in the next lesson.